People chase big results. They want overnight success. They hope for miracles. Success is predictable. It's not luck, and it's not magic. It's hard work and discipline. But the truth is, greatness rarely comes from one massive action. It comes from the small, simple things you do every single day. Brushing your teeth, reading a page of a book, saving a small amount of money, sending a single, thoughtful message. Motivation is what gets you started. Discipline is what keeps you going. These seem insignificant, unimportant, invisible. But over time, these small actions build momentum. They compound into habits, and habits create results. Why most people miss it? Most people want results, but they avoid the process. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. They underestimate the power of consistency. They overestimate the power of one big idea. Life rewards those who do the small things consistently, not the ones who wait for luck, not the ones who wait for opportunity. The person who writes one page every day becomes a published author. The person who saves a little every day becomes financially secure. The person who invests time daily in their mind and body becomes unstoppable. Discipline weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons. Small daily actions seem light. Regret for inaction is heavy. This is the moment to decide, to stop waiting for something huge to happen, to start doing the small, meaningful things right now. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day, because small things done daily truly can change your whole life. Most people are waiting for a big break, waiting for a perfect moment, waiting for something extraordinary to happen. And while they wait, life quietly moves on. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. You see, success doesn't come from dramatic decisions made once in a lifetime. It comes from small choices made every day. That's where most people get it wrong. They believe big results require big actions, big risks, big moves, big leaps. But life doesn't work that way. People say, one day I'll change everything. One day I'll start reading. One day I'll get disciplined. One day I'll work on myself. But that one day rarely comes. The day you graduate from childhood to adulthood is the day you take full responsibility for your life. Responsibility doesn't arrive with fireworks. It arrives quietly. In the small moments, in the decision to wake up on time, in the choice to read 10 pages instead of scrolling, in the habit of doing what needs to be done, even when no one is watching. Why small things are powerful. Small actions don't demand much effort. That's why people ignore them. But that's also why they work. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Reading for 10 minutes feels easy. Saving a small amount of money feels insignificant. Learning one new idea feels slow. But small things are repeatable. And what you repeat becomes who you are. Big actions require motivation. Small actions require commitment. And commitment beats motivation every time. Progress is silent. No applause. No recognition. No immediate reward. That's why most people quit early. Discipline weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons. The discipline of doing small things feels light. Skipping them feels harmless. But over time, those skip days turn into months. Then years. Then regret. Life doesn't punish you all at once. It charges interest. Nobody ruins their life in one day. They ruin it slowly. One skipped workout. One ignored book. One avoided conversation. One excuse repeated too often. We must all suffer one of two things: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Small neglect compounds just like small discipline does. And here's the scary part. You don't feel the damage right away. You feel it later, when it's harder to fix. People chase big goals without building small habits. They want success without structure, results without routine, rewards without preparation. You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. Direction changes through daily actions, not dramatic promises. A person who can't manage small responsibilities will never sustain big opportunities. Big success is fragile when it's not supported by small disciplines. You don't become confident in one speech. You don't become disciplined in 1 week. You don't become successful in one breakthrough. You become those things gradually. For things to change, you have to change. And change happens when you keep promises to yourself. In small, ordinary moments, each small action is a vote for the person you are becoming. Read today, vote for growth. Exercise today, vote for strength. Show up today, vote for discipline. Successful people don't look for shortcuts. They look for consistency. They know the secret. Small things done daily create massive separation over time. Time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time. They don't waste today waiting for tomorrow. They invest today because today is all they truly control. The question isn't, can you do something big? The real question is, can you do something small every day? When no one is watching, when it feels boring, when results are invisible. Because if you can master the small things, life will eventually trust you with bigger ones. And that's how lives are changed. Quietly, daily, one small discipline at a time. The truth is, your life is not shaped by what you do occasionally. It is shaped by what you do consistently. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines, practiced every day. Habits are invisible forces. You rarely notice them until one day you look back and see your entire life has changed. The power of small habits. Reading 10 minutes every day. Saving a small amount each week. Waking up early. Walking instead of sitting. These may seem insignificant, almost meaningless. Discipline weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons. Yet, over months and years, these small habits compound. They grow. They multiply. They transform your life quietly, powerfully, and permanently. Why big actions alone don't work? Many people think, if I just work harder for one big push, I'll succeed. It doesn't work. Big bursts of effort create temporary results. They burn out your energy. They fade quickly. Habits, however, are consistent. They are automatic. They work even when motivation is low. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going. The person who builds daily habits will always outperform the person who works in bursts. Every single time. The compounding effect of habits. Let me explain it this way. Imagine saving just $1 every day. After a year, you have $365. Not much, right? But compound interest changes everything. Time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time. A small habit done daily creates exponential growth. Reading 1 page a day. Exercising for 10 minutes. Practicing your craft slowly. Small wins pile on top of each other. Eventually, the results are massive, almost unstoppable. Habits shape your identity. Habits are not just actions. They are statements about who you are. Skipping your morning reading, you vote for procrastination. Waking up on time consistently, you vote for discipline. Saving a little each day, you vote for responsibility. For things to change, you have to change. Your habits are building the person you will become. And the person you become determines the life you get. Why most people fail to build habits. Most people focus on results. They want money, recognition, or success. But they ignore the system that produces it. Habits. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Without habits, success is a dream. With habits, success is inevitable. Consistency beats intensity. Small, simple routines are more effective than massive effort done sporadically. Examples from everyday life. Consider the person who reads 15 minutes every morning. It seems small, but over a year, that's over 90 hours of knowledge absorbed. Over 10 years, it's 900 hours, enough to master a subject. The person who saves $2 a day. It's barely noticed, but over 10 years, it becomes over $7,000 plus interest. We must all suffer one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Small habits make the difference between those who succeed and those who don't. Habits also shape your mind. What you do daily trains your brain. Exercise strengthens your body and resilience. Reading strengthens your mind and creativity. Planning strengthens your focus and discipline. Take care of your mind. It is the gateway to everything. Small daily habits are investments. Invest wisely. Invest consistently. Your mind and your life will grow beyond what you imagined. Big transformations are rarely dramatic. They are the result of daily choices, repeated over time. Success is predictable. It's not luck, and it's not magic. It's hard work and discipline. Your life is not changed by what you do once in a while. It is changed by what you do every single day. Start with one small habit, then another, and slowly, without even noticing, you will become the person who naturally attracts success, happiness, and growth. Your challenge today: look at your day. Look at your routines. Ask yourself, what small action can I do today that will shape my tomorrow? What habit can I start that, repeated daily, will change my life? The day you take responsibility for everything in your life is the day you can change anything in your life. Remember, greatness is not built in dramatic moments. It is built in small habits done consistently, day after day. Do the small things today. Do them tomorrow, and watch your life transform. Confidence is not a lightning bolt. It doesn't strike suddenly. It doesn't appear out of nowhere. For things to change, you have to change. Confidence is built slowly, step by step, habit by habit. And the most powerful way to build confidence? Small improvements done consistently. Every small improvement is a vote for who you are becoming. Read one more page today than yesterday. Vote for knowledge. Exercise a little longer than usual. Vote for strength. Make a call you've been avoiding. Vote for courage. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Each small win may feel minor. It may seem invisible, but they add up. And suddenly, one day, you look back and realize how far you've come. Confidence is not created in grand gestures. It is forged quietly, in repetition. Why small improvements beat big leaps. Many people try to boost confidence by making dramatic changes. They attempt huge leaps. They hope to feel ready first. It doesn't work. Big leaps without preparation create fear. They create doubt, and they often fail. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Small improvements, however, are manageable. They are actionable. They are repeatable. And each time you succeed, even in something small, your belief in yourself grows. Imagine improving just 1% each day. It seems insignificant at first. 1% is easy to ignore. 1% is easy to doubt. But over time, those 1% gains compound. They accumulate. They become exponential. Discipline weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons. By the end of a year, a 1% improvement daily becomes more than a threefold increase in ability. Confidence soars not because you suddenly feel brave, but because you know you are prepared. Confidence follows action, not motivation. Many people wait to feel confident before taking action. That's the wrong order. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going. Confidence comes after action, not before. When you act consistently, even in small ways, your self-belief grows. Your trust in yourself grows. Your courage grows. The person who consistently improves, however subtly, begins to approach challenges without fear. They no longer rely on temporary motivation. They rely on proven results. The role of habits in confidence. Habits are like bricks. Small, simple bricks laid one after another. We must all suffer from one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Each habit strengthens your foundation. Exercise builds physical confidence. Reading builds mental confidence. Daily practice builds skill confidence. When the foundation is solid, confidence becomes natural. It is no longer fragile. It no longer depends on others' opinions. It comes from knowing your daily work builds your results. Improvement is never finished. The journey of improvement never ends. There is always one more page to read, one more skill to learn, one more habit to strengthen. The day you take responsibility for everything in your life is the day you can change anything in your life. Every improvement adds to confidence. Every improvement adds to your momentum. And momentum, once established, is unstoppable. The big secret about confidence. Confidence is not a gift. It is earned through daily action, through repeated small wins, through the relentless pursuit of personal growth. Success is predictable. It's not luck and it's not magic. It's hard work and discipline. No one becomes confident by waiting. No one becomes confident without effort. The confident person takes daily steps forward, even when progress feels invisible. Even when fear whispers, you're not ready. Because each small improvement is proof. You are capable. You are growing. You are becoming unstoppable. Look at your life. Look at your habits. Look at your daily actions. Ask yourself, what small improvement can I make today? What tiny action can I repeat daily to grow stronger? What can I do now that my future self will thank me for? Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Do it. Do it consistently. And watch your confidence rise. Small improvements may seem insignificant today, but tomorrow, next month, next year, they will change your whole life. Let's be honest. You won't always feel motivated. You won't always feel inspired. You won't always feel ready. And that's where most people stop. Motivation is what gets you started. Discipline is what keeps you going. Discipline begins where feelings end. Why feelings are a poor leader? Feelings are temporary. They change with the weather. They rise and fall with comfort and discomfort. If you wait until you feel like it, you will live a life of inconsistency. We must all suffer from one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Discipline is a choice. Regret is a consequence. One is paid daily in small amounts. The other is paid later in full. Discipline is a decision, not a mood. Successful people don't wait for the right mood. They act first. The mood follows later. They read when they don't feel like reading. They train when they don't feel like training. They show up when no one is watching. That's the difference. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Better comes from discipline, the quiet power of doing the hard things. Discipline is often boring. It's not exciting. It doesn't get applause, but it works. Doing what matters, especially when you don't feel like it, builds something powerful inside you. It builds self-respect, and self-respect is the foundation of confidence. Why discipline changes everything. Discipline creates structure. Structure creates consistency. Consistency creates results. Without discipline, talent fades. Without discipline, motivation burns out. Without discipline, potential remains unused. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Not big acts, not dramatic moves. Simple disciplines, repeated. Discipline trains the mind. Every time you act despite resistance, your mind learns something important. I can be trusted. That changes everything. You stop negotiating with yourself. You stop making excuses. You stop waiting. You become decisive. The day you take responsibility for everything in your life is the day you can change anything in your life. Discipline is responsibility in action. Small acts of discipline create big strength. Waking up on time, finishing what you start, keeping promises to yourself. These are not small things. They are identity builders. Each disciplined action strengthens your inner core. And over time, you become someone who naturally does what must be done. No drama, no debate, just action. Discipline is freedom in disguise. Most people think discipline limits them. In truth, it liberates them. Discipline gives you control over your time, your energy, your future. Either you run the day or the day runs you. Discipline puts you in charge. When you don't feel like it, do it anyway. That's the moment that matters most. When it's early, when it's uncomfortable, when no one will notice. That moment separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Because every time you act without feeling like it, you grow stronger than your excuses. Discipline doesn't reward you immediately. It rewards you eventually. But when it does, it rewards you generously. With confidence, with self-respect, with a life you don't regret. Discipline weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons. Choose wisely. You don't need more motivation. You don't need perfect conditions. You need discipline. Do what matters. Do it daily, especially when you don't feel like it. That's how ordinary people build extraordinary lives. Winning is not an event. It's not a trophy. It's not applause. Winning is a habit. Success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. And the person who wins every day doesn't rely on luck. They rely on daily standards. Winning the day comes before winning the year. Most people aim too far ahead. They want to win the year. They want to win life, but they lose today. You don't win life all at once. You win this day. Either you run the day or the day runs you. Winning the day means you did what mattered. You kept your promises to yourself. You made progress, even if it was small. That's a win. Winners focus on process, not mood. The person who wins daily doesn't ask, how do I feel? They ask, what needs to be done? Feelings come and go. Standards stay. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going. Daily winners act with discipline. They don't need perfect conditions. They don't need permission. They show up. Winning is built in the ordinary. Winning doesn't live in big moments. It lives in ordinary ones. Waking up on time, doing the work when it's boring, improving just a little today. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Daily winners respect the small thing because they know small things compound. Identity, the core of daily winning. You don't win because of what you want. You win because of who you are becoming. When you see yourself as a disciplined person, a responsible person, a growing person, your actions follow naturally. For things to change, you have to change. Daily winning is an identity decision. You decide, I am the kind of person who finishes. I am the kind of person who improves. I am the kind of person who doesn't quit. Winners measure progress, not perfection. Daily winners don't aim for perfection. They aim for progress. They ask, did I move forward today? Did I learn something? Did I keep my word? If the answer is yes, they win. Don't let your learning lead to knowledge. Let your learning lead to action. Action creates momentum. Momentum creates confidence. Confidence creates consistency. Winning daily builds unshakable confidence. Confidence doesn't come from praise. It comes from proof. Proof that you show up. Proof that you follow through. Proof that you don't depend on moods. Discipline weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons. Every disciplined day strengthens self-trust. And self-trust is power. Why most people never win consistently? They aim too big. They expect fast results. They quit when progress is invisible. But daily winners understand something crucial. Results are delayed. Growth is silent. But momentum is real. They keep going anyway. The long-term effect of winning every day. One good day changes nothing. 10 good days build rhythm. 100 good days build identity. Years of good days build a remarkable life. Time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time. Daily winners respect time. They invest it wisely. They don't waste today waiting for tomorrow. Becoming a person who wins every day is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters. Consistently. Show up, improve slightly, finish what you start, then repeat. The few who do are the envy of the many who only watch. You don't need a breakthrough. You don't need luck. You don't need permission. You need standards. Win today, win tomorrow, and keep winning the day in front of you. That's how ordinary people build extraordinary lives. Remember this, your life doesn't change all at once. It changes one small decision at a time. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines, practiced every day. Do the small things. Do them daily, even when you don't feel like it. That's how ordinary people build extraordinary lives.